Hi, my name is Sharron Sharif, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about my background. And the reason being is people always think that someone who's been successful in multi-level marketing was born with a multi-level marketing spoon in their mouth or something, or they've been extremely lucky in life, or they were given a great position. I just wanted to kind of give you some background. I usually don't talk about myself very much, but now I want to give you some background to kind of show that this is an industry that has a level playing field for everyone. So many years ago, I was married, and from that marriage, I worked very hard in building restaurants. But previous to that, I had gone to college in Missouri, University of Missouri. I was a very shy, very bashful person in high school and college. I never went to parties. I never went to a football game my whole career because I was just very bashful. I was very introverted. Then I got married, and accidentally I became the owner of a restaurant that belonged to a friend of mine. So I went in the restaurant business, and I was in that business for about 10 years, and I had 3 children, 3 small boys, and then I thought it was a good idea to get divorced. In the process of doing that and being able to leave with a clean relationship, I gave everything that I had built and developed to my ex-husband. And I told him I don't even want child support. I just want to be out of this, and I want to be clean and just take my children and go. And I had no family support, nobody. And I didn't take any money. And I didn't even have a car because of circumstances that happened the day after I left. So I really started from scratch. But I had a lot of people that I knew that I could go to work. And I actually got a job, the very first job in my life that I ever had. And I took that job. But in the meantime, I was looking for another business that I could start to have independence, to be able to be home with my children if possible. And one day while I was at my job, my oldest son got into a car accident, and he was flown with life flight, and he was there for a couple of weeks, and they told me every day that he wasn't going to make it. And I just kept praying to God that my son make it, and if he did, I was going to find a way to stay home and be a stay-at-home mom. And my son made it. And now I had to make my promise come true. So I looked for a home-based business. I went to the library, and I got a bunch of books on home-based businesses, a bunch of magazines, and I found multi-level marketing. Nobody had ever approached me for a multi-level marketing business in all the years that I was in business, and I think it's because they thought I was very successful and I wouldn't be interested. That's the first clue. Don't make it a decision for somebody that you know, if they're already successful, that they might not want what you have to offer, because successful entrepreneurs are always looking for another way to be able to make more money. So I read all about it, that I could work when I wanted to work, I could work from home, I could earn any amount of money that I wanted to earn, whatever my goal was, that I could take free vacations, that I could retire in 3 to 5 years if I chose to do that. And I thought, wow, this sounds like an amazing business and takes very little, if nothing, to get started in. Went out and researched all the multi-level companies. Now, way back in, remember, this is 28 years ago. There was no internet, there were no cell phones, there was nothing to bring the business to me. I had to go out and find it. There wasn't trainings on the internet, there were no webinars, there was really not much. So I looked for a few months, found a company I liked, took it to a friend of mine who was already in the business, but told me not to get in his business because it was very difficult. And he said, yeah, this looks like a good company. Well, I was with that company for 10 years, but let me tell you, my first 6 months in that business, I wanted to quit every week because it was not going in the direction I wanted it to go. I remember crying so many times, literally in tears, of why this isn't working for me when it's working for others. But it was because it took me a while to get acclimated, to really understand the training that I was getting and what my sponsor was telling me. And I had the best sponsor in the industry, and he was always telling me, Sharron, don't try to push a rope. Meaning, don't try to get people involved who don't want to really be involved, who don't want to work, who don't want to make commitments. Sponsor up. His favorite words to me were sponsor up, sponsor up. But I was always trying to save the world. I was always trying to sponsor people who I felt needed this to be able to pay their bills, to be able to have a great lifestyle. But the only thing was, they were satisfied with a beer and watching a football game at night. And then finally I decided, okay, I better listen to him. 6 months later, when I had nothing happening, I did start sponsoring up. Well, lo and behold, my second month after that, I was earning $7,000 a month. My next year, I was earning $14,000. By my next year, I was earning over $20,000 a month because I finally listened to what my sponsor said about how to make this work. And I was committed to make it work because I needed to stay home with my 3 children. Well, 28 years later, I didn't take the 3 to 5 year plan because I love this industry. I love helping people see how great this is to bring into their lives, to change their lives, to change the lives of many, many people. And my choice has always been in the nutrition industry of multi-level marketing because I like to give people the gift of health and the gift of wealth. I don't get into gimmicky things. I don't get into gas additives or travels or different kind of things or auctions or things that are kind of gimmicky. I don't get into. I get into a solid part of this industry, which is nutrition. People are always looking to benefit from something nutritional. So all I have to do is show them why they're going to change the store, why they're going to come from the store they're buying their nutritional products at right now over to my store where they can actually earn some income by referral marketing, by referring the people they care about most to be able to get healthy and wealthy. So that's kind of a little bit of my background, how I've been involved in this industry, and why I'm still involved in this industry almost 30 years later. I am still here trying to help as many as I can. Thank you for listening.